Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother in this spiritual struggle coming right back at you once again with the hope of waking you up in these last days of human existence as we know it. In other words, do not be afraid that this world will end. The earth will be renewed. The earth will be cleaned out from the demons that completely control this planet. Believe it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world doesn't want you to think on a rational level. They don't want you to be critical thinker, because if you become that is not in their best interest. You will not fall into their agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been an agenda ever since Noah and his sons came off the boat, came off the ark, when humanity was given a second chance. The demons have been working humanity as they did on the first humans that existed before the flood. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dealing with a twisted human mind that has been corrupted, that have corrupted their leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, the enemy is alive more than ever. In fact, he will be given more powerful in these last days, so that those people that want to believe the lie and want to run away with the lie, they can do it even more, so they will be destroyed. Hence, the leaders always have really gone along with anything, with everything, anything and everything that is against God. Okay? It is in their very nature. Okay? So for instance, ladies and gentlemen, the leaders that we have in the United States White House, he's not a leader. He's compromised, not just by the people that control the monetary system in America, which is the Federal Reserve, which is an independent organization that cannot be touched. Because in any society, those who controls the money, okay, they are the ones that actually says who's going to be in the White House, who's going to be elected, and all of that. Mr. Joe Biden, I call Joe Biden dementia. This man is so full of demons. People need to pray for him. I pray for him. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a spiritual warfare. This man was put there in the White House so that the United States be destroyed. That's why there's no reason in this man. He cannot reason. He doesn't even answer questions. And when he does, you know the mess that he becomes. That he has, the more he talks, the more he becomes, the more of a mess he becomes. Okay? Sometimes he doesn't even know which state he's in. Okay? This man has made so many sometimes laughable. He's been bungling things up all over the place. This man has been in politics for 50 years. Remember, in the primaries, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they were going on each other's throat. But yet, look at them, because they've been told, they were chosen to be at the White House. Your vote don't count. That is a reality, whether you want to accept it or not. And yes, Donald Trump is part of the game too, because, ladies and gentlemen, your politics have failed you. No politicians has ever cared about their people. They only care about themselves. So please do not get it twisted. Get it straight. Okay? Get it straight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Let me say it again. Your vote don't count. Just like religions. Religion has been the greatest trick play on the human mind. Okay? And where do you think the concept of religion came out of? Christendom started back in the Roman Empire in the year 325 on the Council of Nicaea under the Emperor Constantine. That's where the Roman Catholic Church was born, and that is Christendom. And after that, all of them came out. Please please take a look at the link that I will send you, which will completely convince you as to the reason why people have become so discouraged of religion. But be ready. This is a very disgusting video. This is a very disgusting link. Be ready. It's not long. Okay? I mean, this brother is spitting his hand. He's getting phlegm out of his mouth, rubbing it in his hand, and rubbing it in another brother's face. And he's supposed to be a pastor, and people are actually going for this and believing. No wonder Jim Jones happened. Okay, Jim Jones was part of a CIA operation back in 1976, which killed more than 968 people. I believe it was back in 1966. Okay, Jim Jones story. I mean, just look into it. There was even a movie. It's a documentary, the Jim Jones, okay, in Guyana. And most of the people that were there, that were taken to Guyana, that drank out of the Kool-Aid, were mostly people of the Israelites people. Black, Hispanic, and some Native Americans. And of course, to keep it honest, some white folks, which was sacrificed along with them. They don't care about their own. That was a CIA operation. You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the Secret Service of the United States do not have your best interest at heart. They work for the establishment. They work for the system. Never mind the deep state. The deep state is just a cover word. Okay? In reality, it's a Freemasonic satanic system that is running America. No wonder people believe in the very same theory that the system pushed in schools, the theory of evolution, because of this disgusting people. But there will be a day of reckoning, because, ladies and gentlemen, time does not wait for anybody. And time is running, they're running out of time. Okay? And the other thing the other link that I would share with you is the irrational message from if you look at the interpretation from English to English, this is how irrational our world leaders are. That's how desperate they are. That's how ridiculous they have become. Remember, the indigenous people in Australia are from the tribe of Reuben. Remember, God's people are composed of 12 tribes, which came out of the Jacob's 12 sons. The black people called Negroes in the United States came out of the tribe of Judah. The Haitians came out of the tribe of Levi. The Simeon people came out of the people in the Dominican Republic. Ephraim came out of the Puerto Ricans came out of the Ephraim. Manasseh, the Cubans. Naphtali, the Samoan Islands and Hawaii. Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar. And only 12,000 out of those tribes, just to mention a few of them, Asher, the tribe of Asher, okay, which is Colombia, Venezuela, okay, and all of that, okay? So you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand your history, okay? Our people are lost because they didn't have any knowledge. Well, I'm here to give you knowledge, and I'm sending you links, and I want you to open them, and then you tell me if what I'm telling you is something that is made up, that it is crazy. No, look at it with your own eyes that don't lie to you. This is my calling in life. Okay, this is my calling in life, to preach this truth, to preach this gospel. In fact, I shouldn't even been alive. But here I go by the grace of God. Because my calling has been to preach this truth. Ladies and gentlemen, the leaders in Australia are calling on the indigenous people in Australia to get the jab. And he got a so-called interpreter. And if you take a look at the link that I will share with you, there's no interpretation needed, because the indigenous lady that's there is talking about, is talking in English as is. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a ridiculous, irrational, illogical, demon-possessed world. Okay? If you was thinking about what was gonna come next, because after all the world has gone through, okay? If you was wondering, well, there it is. The situation between Russia and Ukraine, which, by the way, it was created to scare the hell out of people. There'll be wars and rumors of wars, just like it says in Matthew 24, speaking of the last days. That's what Christ told us, Yahushua. That's his real name. He told us about this. He warned us about wars and rumors of wars. Well, there we go. We have a rumors of wars between Russia and Ukraine, and then the United States saying that it wants to get involved. But guess what? Do not be afraid. Put your faith in God by following the 10 Commandments and asking God for the forgiveness of your sin, of your sins, because we sin every day. We are slaves to sin until that time when Christ comes, will come back to earth and clean out this earth. So if you was thinking, well, what else is going to come? What else is going to happen? What else is going to come next after the 2 years that this world has been under with this pandemic? Well, there it is. It's not extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial going to come later on, but it's not what you think. They're just conditioning you. They're just conditioning you to accept it when they appear. But I'm going to show you what their purpose is. Okay? Please remember that the purpose of these videos are to wake you up, to give you irrefutable evidence that you cannot deny. Preachers are having a field day in our days. Political commentators on YouTube are having a field days. But how is that helping people? How is that helping people when you don't talk about what I call the red pill book? You want to know the stories of our people where he talks about slavery and all of that? Go to Deuteronomy 28, all of 68 chapters, all of 68 verses. Read it. We have been worked, we have been programmed to react towards self-destruction. And like I've been telling you, the United States is gradually being destroyed in front of your eyes, because the United States has to be out the way so that they can bring on the new Antichrist system. So do not think for a minute that all of the things that you are seeing on this earth have not been planned many years ahead of times. Remember 9/11? 9/11 was given to you, okay? And it was shown to you before they did it. Even in movies, even in cartoon, they show you the subliminal messages. But they figure that we are too stupid to see them. Even with this pandemic that we are having, go to YouTube and put Event 201, where the Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation, along with Hopkins University and billionaires such as Bloomberg, a former mayor of New York, okay? And you tell me, you got to do some work, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to bombard you with so many links here. You got to want this truth, okay? Because a brighter day is coming, but only for those who deserve it. And the day of reckoning, the day of judgment is coming upon this earth quickly. Okay? We have pushed the theory of evolution on in people's throats through the brainwashing system of the education system. We have given people religions. We have completely discouraged them. In fact, remember Carrie Perry? That's her name, I believe. She was a choir girl in her father's church. And what happened? Didn't she sell? She herself said it. She sold her soul to the devil for riches and to become famous and to be rich. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please. You may not be ready for the truth, but you better be. You better start getting ready. Okay? Because this is no laughing matter. Okay? They have been conditioning to you with all these extraterrestrial movies that Hollywood, which is a Freemasonic organization run by the Jewish. You understand? This is a satanic organization. People call it the entertainment industry. I call it the distraction industry. This road, ladies and gentlemen, is a lonely road. Are you ready to face what is ahead, staying on this road? I walked upon the devil's path. I used to be a drug dealer many years ago in New York, which is where I grew up. And guess what? Here I am. Because the Creator has shown himself to be real to me. Not by showing himself to me, but showing himself through my relationship with him. Because blessed are those that do not see but yet believe. Because if you see, and then there's no need for you to believe. And believe me, the whole world will see the Savior coming in the clouds with millions and millions of the angels to clean this earth which belongs to him and everything in it. So please do not be afraid that the United States and Russia are going to go to war. They both know the consequences of it. And not only that, but God, the Creator, will not let humanity destroy itself. Because first, he's got to bring his people out of the different, the diverse places on this earth. He's got to bring, okay, it's going to be a handful of us, 144,000 of us, 12,000 of each tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been at this for many, many years. I've done my research. So you think that the world leaders care about you? When have they ever cared about you? You think that your religious leaders care about you? They make you think that they do, but they don't. Okay? Another thing that I would love for you to do is go to Google and take and see and write Pfizer crimes, historical crimes. Okay? Go. It's public information, ladies and gentlemen. Go and see Pfizer, write it, Pfizer crimes. Okay? How they extorted many physicians in many countries, and the billions upon billions of dollars that they had to pay because of lawsuits in years past. Ladies and gentlemen, what I share with you here is something that you're probably not used to hearing, because you either have heard that, oh yeah, we are all in this together. Of course, humanity, they got it right. Humanity is in this together, and it will suffer together. But let's go to the Bible and see what's going to happen to those people that actually live, not perfectly, because nobody's perfect. Because if you are perfect, then you wouldn't be on this earth. Okay? You will be an angel. Okay? People don't even understand the purpose of life. Why were we created? Why were humans created in the first place on this earth? It's sad. And they don't want you to know that. They want you to listen, to go along with the agendas, be distracted with Hollywood movies and things like that, and your religion. Well, I'm going to show you the religion. Look what it has come to. And that has always been the case. So the chickens are coming home to roost once again. History is repeating itself. History is repeating itself on steroids, ladies and gentlemen. Revelation, that is Apocalypse or Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. Here we go. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpion of the earth have power. Verse 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. Verse 6. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. There are your extraterrestrial beings, for which they've been getting conditioning you with extraterrestrial movies like E.T. from Hollywood, The Predator, Encounters of the Third Kind, Alien versus Predator, Aliens, and so on. There's so many of them. Ladies and gentlemen, they are conditioning you to accept these beings when they come. But just as many people have committed suicide during this pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to come a time when people would like to kill themselves and will not be allowed to. For how long? 150 days. In the Roman Catholic Church, which is the first beast, will be there to negotiate with these beings, which people would think that they are extraterrestrial beings. Okay? That's why you see all the sightings and all the heavenly. It was predicted that there be signs in the skies in this last day. You see it all over the earth. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, remember the Tonga supposedly volcanic eruption, which created tsunami? Again, with Israelites are living, God's people. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't what they report to you on the news. It was a nuclear explosion. So I'm going to send you 3 links. The brother, the pastor, which is a demon, trying to make himself think that he is Christ. What a disgusting thing he does. Then you're going to see the Australian leaders going after, to communicate about the jab with the indigenous people, which is the tribe of Reuben. And then you're going to see the nuclear explosion, which is exactly, that's what it was. A nuclear explosion which happened in Tonga, which created tsunami and destruction. But yet, you still believe that the world leaders care about you and love you and have your best interest at heart? Think again. And the platform, the one I'm on right now, okay? They actually agree with this. They are helping push this. They're helping those pushing this agenda. Why? Because they gotta go with the established system. They cannot go against the system, because then they will be considered what? Revolutionary, and they will be mocked, and they will be shown in society, and they're not going to make any money. Remember, Google makes 25 billion on a daily basis. Actually, that came down a bit. I believe it's 23 million a day that they're making. A day, ladies and gentlemen. But soon that money will be worthless. That money will be worthless because no money is worth anything before God, before the Creator, before our Savior. So remember, get ready to be taken out, not on some what they call it, the rapture. That's a lie. That's another satanic lie that came out of where? Out of religion. You got it. So we live in a twisted world, being run by twisted minded leaders that wants to force you to do something. They want you to do something for them because they say so. And why? Because they feel they got you. Because they feel that they control you. Because they play you. You've been believing all their lies all this time, their religion. In fact, even Dr. Fauci, a man who is a Freemason, what did he say? I am science. And if you believe in science, you should believe in me. I am your prophet. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, they're done. And they know it. But it's too late. It's too late for them to turn back now. See, when you are so deep in the rabbit hole that I'm telling you here, if you are within the sound of my voice, just like it was in the movie Matrix, ladies and gentlemen, they are so deep in the rabbit hole, they cannot climb back up. In fact, the Bible clearly tells us that there's going to come a time when they're going to pray to the mountain. They're going to ask the mountain to fall on them so that they can be hidden from the Creator Himself. Who did that? Didn't our first parents did that when they sinned? Didn't they try to hide from our Creator? You see how ridiculous we are when we are possessed? How can a man hide from their Creator? The one that created life, the one that created this planet, the one that created the moon, the stars, and the sun, the seven seas, all the animals on this planet, all the trees. You want to hide from Him. You think you can hide from him. It's no hiding. Okay? And they know it. They may think they're gonna hide, okay? Because they've been convinced that God is not coming back. That the devil is the one that's gonna govern this planet, and that those leaders that have been doing his work will become gods. That's how deceived and that's how twisted they have become. You gotta stick up for your principles. Okay? So that's why this society is already going, people are like binary, transgender, homosexual, what they call it? Diversity, equality, and all of those things. This whole earth has been corrupted. Hitler had nothing on this last generation. Mao, who killed almost 70 million of his own people. Okay? Stalin, who killed 20 million of his own people in the Soviet Union. That's why we always destroy our own. And that's exactly what we, as God's people, are doing to each other. And since we are doing that, what did our Creator, whose real name is the Great I Am, allow to happen, for instance, in Chicago? To have a leader as the mayor, a lesbian, to be our leaders, to be their leaders. And look at the brothers and sisters out there. What are they doing? Do they have any respect for this lady? Of course not. And what are brothers doing in Chicago? They killing each other, okay? For nothing. There's a brother that's on the rooftop, okay? I believe he's on the day 64, but your political leaders, brother, don't care. It's all about praying to the Creator. It's all about showing this youth the spiritual directions that they need to be on, and understanding the history, because they know that if we all unite, these people will tremble before us. And that's going to happen regardless, because God's people, we are coming and we are taking over. In fact, take a look what the Apostle Paul says in Corinthians. Let me just tell you, just in case you don't believe me. By the way, if you don't believe in the Bible, don't bother yourself being here, because you will not understand. Let us go to Corinthians. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. Verse 1 says, the Apostle Paul is speaking, dare any of you having a matter against another go to law before the unjust and not before the saints? Do you not know that the saints should judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, Are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? 3. Verse 3 says the following. Know you not that we should judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? Verse 4. If then you have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. You understand? We are taking over. So this is a warning to the elite, to the leaders that run this system. We are coming, and we will judge this earth, because you have done so much damage to our people through slavery, through death. You have killed them, you burned them, and you thought that was fun. Yes, in slavery, that was back in the days. Brothers and sisters were burned alive. And they thought that was fun, our brothers and sisters. Okay? Look what they did to another brother and sisters, that the Native American, which are the tribe of God, GAD. Look what they have done to these people. And they have the nerve to celebrate, to set up a date. And that's the very essence and nature of the devil, ladies and gentlemen. He rejoiced and mocked our suffering with a day that they call Thanksgiving. Of course, Thanksgiving. But do you know where Thanksgiving comes from? That it was a sacrifice. 700 people, Native Americans, were killed and burned. Please do your research, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is not joking matter. So what you see happening on this world stage right now is prophecy being fulfilled. Is men playing God. In fact, look what Bill Gates wants to do. He wants to black out the sun, he says. These people want to play gods, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Wake up. May God bless you. And I will see you on Judgment Day. And hope to see you there, because it's going to be an exciting day. Our people are suffering right now, but not for long. And we should pray for them. Okay? I mean, they have been completely devastated at all levels. Exponentially, they've been, through religion. What has religion done for our people? While the people, the pastors, did you know that the pastors in the churches, like for instance, that brother, what's his name? Kefla Dollar? That man asking for a $65 million jet so he can go around the world to preach the gospel. You see how they got us? That's what religious leaders do. They exploit your emotions. And so do your political leaders. And you have fallen. Please don't be naive anymore. If you listen to this video, you don't have no excuse. That's why I'm telling you, I am glad that I don't have that many subscribers to my channel, because only those which are few and far between can understand and appreciate this truth. The rest They believe in science. They believe in the theory of evolution. But then I have a question for those people that believe in the theory of evolution. Evolution, they must hate us, as I always said, because evolution means you get better, you grow, right? What have we done? We're moving backwards. And what have men been doing? We've been killing each other. But yet leaders want you to think that they care about you, that they love you so much, and you have believed the lie. You got to understand that world leaders in government, they are deceived. See, the people at the lower pyramid, because there's a pyramid that they have. That's why they admire the pyramid and the checker floors. Say they got symbols. Let me just tell you something real quick and then I'm done. The fake Jews, which are in the Holy Land right now, do you know the history of those people? Do you know that those people are actually that piece of land was owned by the British Empire, and it was bought by the Rothschild back in 1948. The Rothschild actually pay, I don't know the amount, pay a lot of money to England for that piece of land and told the Jews to come on over, that this will be the fake Jews, that this will be their land. And indeed it is, but only under a condition that they will show their satanic symbol on their flag. Have you studied the flag of what they call the Star of David, which the Bible doesn't even mention? Nowhere. Is a lie. Even the brothers are preaching on the street, the Israelites, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them are completely deceived and worked. And they go around walking around with this Star of David thing, which is a satanic symbol. You understand? This is the level, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The devil he covered all the bases to trap our people. It is time for you to come out of this stupor, because that's what the Bible called it. That in this last day, that is exactly what we were gonna be under. May God bless you. And remember, there is more.